I was thinking about what sets our firm apart, and I think one of the big things is our experience. We have been doing this a long, long time. I did my first Social Security hearing in 1980. Mark, when did you do your first Social Security hearing?
1979.
Yeah, it's been a long time. We were talking the other day about how many hearings all of us together have done, and it's hard to know exactly, but it's well over 20,000 hearings. Experience helps. What do you guys think?
Our staff too. Our staff really has a lot of experience as a group. They have really, some of them used to work at the agency.
That, we've got people that worked at the agency, but it's just amazing. One of our office managers is 23 years.
Yeah.
Michelle has been with us 14, 15 years.
We must be doing something right.
I'd like to think so. We've got a lot of experience. You know, one of the other things that I think is very cool about our firm is that we've got a lot of people who used to be disability examiners at the state agency, and now they're working for us, and you know, it helps us to have an understanding of what Social Security is looking for when they're determining whether someone's disabled or not.
They know what to look for, they know what matters, what doesn't. They can sort of separate the wheat from the chaff. They get the right information to the agency, and they know who to call at the agency. More importantly, so I think that experience goes a long way.
You know the right buttons to push.
Exactly.
Well, we don't have ends, but we do have people that are experienced in knowing how the agency makes their decisions, and that's it's always good to know how the agency that you're interacting with functions. I think that's important, and that's definitely something that we have.
And in terms of interacting with clients, Jeremy brings something to the table.
What's that?
Talking about Spanish?
Yep.
It makes a difference. I mean, you guys all know how stressful the hearings are. You can either sit and go through an interpreter and, you know, hope that you're catching everything that your client's telling you, but it's a lot easier just to be able to speak to them in Spanish. I think it puts, you know, my clients at ease a little bit to be able to do that. You know,
Absolutely.
any little amount of stress you can take out of these things is huge.
And by the way, if you're using an interpreter, you're using the agency's interpreter,
True.
right?
Oh, yeah.
So that nuance of communication gets lost.
Well, and, you know, when you go into the hearing itself, too, they do have an interpreter. I'm not allowed to interpret for them in the hearing, but there's been times where I've caught things. You know, the interpreter maybe wasn't translating directly, and if it's a little nuanced word, but it can make all the difference in the world to use the right word. And so I've actually corrected things in the hearing and had us back up and, you know, get the right word out. So I think it matters, for sure.
We have 6 attorneys, large staff. There is no other Social Security firm in the state that comes even close to being as, you know, as large as we are and as experienced. So I think that's something I'm proud of. I mean,
And more important than size, I think much more important than just the number of people is how established you are at doing it.
right.
You know, I mean, when we're appearing in front of the judges, they know who we are. They've seen us year in, year out, year in, year out. They know we're not going anywhere. And the fact that they know that we have a track record, I think brings a lot to the table that, frankly, a lot of other lawyers just can't say.
Oh, hey, if you don't have credibility with the judges when you get in front of them, you're in trouble. You're in trouble, and I think we do have that credibility.
Not only that, just the experience, you know, what's important to one judge isn't necessarily important to another judge, and so you got to kind of know what to point out to your particular judge. There's no substitute for doing that except sheer experience, and so I think that goes a long way there.
They're all so different, the judges. They're all so different. Their styles are different, their personalities are different, so I think it really means a lot to be able to know all of them.
But that's knowledge you can't get out of a book. You have to gain that knowledge by earning your spurs, so to speak.
And we can share it all with each other too, so we get to have all of our experiences together, sort of combined.
That's a really good
That's true.
point. I mean, we do. We come back from court and we talk to each other about what happened in court this day and something new the judge might have done, and we're constantly learning about new medical procedures and medical tests, because we have to stay on top of the medicine to be able to present our clients' cases. But yeah, I think that's a great point, Sarah, that we do. We talk to each other all the time. And, you know, we sit around a table like this and share what we've learned. And, you know, we just don't always reinvent the wheel. We help each other. That's a great point.